If you guys are here, then you are interested in learning how to use a Facebook group to grow a six-figure business. So if you're somebody that has been trying to grow a business online, you haven't found a system to consistently get you new clients each month, then this is going to be a great presentation for you. And if you've kind of bought into the idea that Facebook groups are something that you could use to acquire clients, then this is definitely the place for you. So we are going to go ahead and just jump in real quick. This is going to be a pretty long presentation, so I want you to get the most out of it possible. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how I generated $357,000 last year from a simple Facebook group funnel that I'm going to show you how to set up without running a single ad. So let's talk about what we're going to be going through. So the first thing that we're going to be going through is I'm going to share with you why I believe that Facebook groups are the biggest opportunity to grow a business organically in 2023. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. Next thing we're going to talk about is the number one mistake that I see most people making when they're starting a Facebook group that keeps them from making money. Okay, so this is going to be the thing that's really holding you back if you're on a Facebook group right now from making money. Then we're going to talk about how I created a Facebook group that generates a perpetual supply of warm leads and easy to close sales calls every single week. Okay, then I'm going to share with you how I scaled my Facebook group to six figures and beyond in less than 5 hours a week without running any ads this entire year. So before we jump in, who is this Ron dude that you're listening to? Who's on the screen? Well, I'm just a regular dude, honestly. I play cornhole, so I've got a cornhole tournament tonight. So I'm just a regular guy from Mississippi. I started my first agency in 2010. I've been in the game for a long time. So that was in 2010, and I built that to six figures in about 11 months. I lost that agency. I lost about 90% of those clients when Google released their Penguin algorithm. So I was an SEO agency, and I lost 90% of my clients when they released that algorithm. So tucked my head between my tail, went to the remaining clients and told them I'd do everything I could to fix the problem. And so that led me to joining HubSpot, becoming a VAR, value-added reseller, and I partnered with another agency, and we built that to six figures in about 4 months. Okay, then that partnership kind of went sour, and I ended up losing that agency and left that business. I got kind of sick of being an entrepreneur. It was just too hard, and I hated the grind. So I actually became the director of digital marketing for a PR firm here in Atlanta. And I ended up actually getting fired from that job after about 2 years. I hated it. I hated being in the office all day. I hated being under the neon fluorescent lights all day. And it just wasn't for me. So I never wanted to go back to the 9 to 5. So I started my third agency, which also built six figures in about 7 months. And that was all serving yoga studios. So I was running a marketing agency for yoga studios. When COVID hit, that hit the yoga studios super hard. And most of my clients either closed up shop or just didn't have the money to continue. So I started to pivot at that point, and I started my most recent business, which is a coaching business. I have a mastermind now teaching the stuff that we're going to be going through today. And I also have a VA business, and I built that to six figures and $357,000 last year in about 10 months. So that is kind of my background. Also, I've been so blessed to have worked with a lot of different Two Comma Club winners, including Marley Jacks, if y'all know her, Steve Larson, the guys from FlowChat, also Chris Weiser, who's in the MSP world, and also Justin Ingram. So a lot of different people that I've been able to help with getting more appointments for their businesses, but also their clients. And I've grown a lot just being in contact with these people and seeing how they grow their business. They're all very smart people. So I've been very blessed to have done that. So that's me. That's enough of that crap. Now let's get into why do I think Facebooks are the biggest opportunity to grow a business organically in 2023. All right, so let's get into that. Well, first of all, it is the most popular social network on the planet. So the closest one to it is YouTube, but it beats it by almost 500 million people, active users every month. It's the number one social media platform. I don't know if you guys saw the stock price the past couple of days, but to the moon. That thing is on fire right now. So Facebook's not going anywhere, and they're going to be at the top of their game for a long time. So it's one of the best places you can be on the internet for getting clients. Also, Zuckerberg has had on his roadmap for a very long time that Facebook groups are going to be a big part of the platform. So you can see here in their annual meeting that Facebook groups was on his product roadmap here. Okay, it's a big part of what they're trying to do at Facebook, at Meta. They even have a Facebook site that's purely there to help you grow your Facebook group. So that means they're putting a lot of money and a lot of effort and energy towards Facebook groups and helping people grow communities on Facebook. So you've got this facebook.com/community. I encourage you to go there because it's a great place to learn new things, get resources on helping you grow your group, helping you get more out of your group, engagement, all that kind of stuff. So they've also given you tools to help you to grow your group and get more engagement in your group. A lot of people don't like this tool, but it's actually a very good tool for businesses. So if you own a group and you're not using the everyone tag, you should be. I know a lot of people get pissed off that, but they probably weren't going to buy from you anyway. If somebody tagging you on a post gets you that upset, I think it's time to rethink things that get you upset. So it's not that big of a deal. Next, they're even coming out with this group chat thing. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to try to figure out ways to use it smartly. I know a lot of people will get annoyed by this because it's just overwhelming when you're getting a lot of people commenting in a group, but Facebook seems to think it's going to be super helpful. So when Facebook tells me something like that, I want to listen and see if I can use that tool to my benefit and try to be helpful and add value to our clients. The point is they're trying to grow communities. They're doing a lot to help you grow your community and get more out of it. So pro tip here, follow Facebook's lead and make more money. They are crushing it right now. Their stock price is. They're going to be in the game, in the head of the game for a long period of time. So just watch what they're doing, watch the initiatives that they're putting in place, and then just follow their lead. Okay. All right. So that's why I believe that Facebook groups are going to be a very good opportunity in 2023. So what is the number one mistake though that people make when they're starting a Facebook group, and why don't they make money? So the biggest thing that I see when people start a Facebook group, and really any business, is they lack clarity and confidence in their offer. So you're starting a business, you're just getting started, or maybe you've been around for a while and you just can't get super clear on what you offer or how to package it to make it not just like every other person out there that sells something similar. Lack of clarity in your offer, in my offer, when I was going through this, led me to, first of all, my marketing was very incohesive and it left my potential customers really confused as to what I did. You know, some people thought I did high level stuff. Some people thought I did VA stuff. I do all those things, but now I combine them into one singular product. So it all seems more cohesive because my offer is much more clear. So the next thing is I wasted a lot of time creating fluff content that's not going to do anything to help me to get clients. Once I figured out my offer, I really stopped creating content that wasn't going to actually move the needle and help me get leads, appointments, or sales. Everything I create now is meant to do that very thing. I was not able to consistently acquire clients on a consistent basis. Some weeks were really good, some weeks were really bad. Some months were great, some months were bad. So it's up and down income roller coaster that a lot of y'all are probably facing right now. So until I got really clear on my offer, I was going through that stuff also. That led to unstable income, which led to anxiety, which led to fear, which led to doubt. And then I thought I was going to have to get a 9-to-5 job, which was, to me, I told you I got fired from my director of digital marketing job, was the worst thing that could happen to me, basically. How did I get clarity around my offer? Well, the first thing that I did, now I didn't come up with this, but a guy named Aaron Fletcher, awesome, brilliant guy. I took one of his courses and he basically talked about building out a 9-step framework or your product roadmap. So your product roadmap is essentially, you've got your client, your potential client, who is over here in their current situation. They're unsatisfied. They're not happy. They're not getting what they want. You've got over here, that's their dream outcome. This is exactly where they want to be. They're getting all their, achieving all their goals. Now there's a gap between those two spaces, and your product will take them step by step through that process. So what you want to do is you want to map out those steps that you're going to take your client through to get from where they are now to where they want to be. Now, once you have something like that, this is kind of what that would look like. So this is my product roadmap. You can see there are 3 stages to it, and each stage has 3 steps. Your product roadmap doesn't need to follow that exactly, but it's a good framework to start from. And now this becomes the foundation of all of your business, all of your marketing. So all of your marketing becomes cohesive. Your offer is now very clear because you can show people exactly what you do. And it just becomes the actual foundation and structure of everything you do from that point on. Then your Facebook is very targeted, it's very cohesive, and everything makes sense. Okay. The next thing we don't want to do is, now that you're clear on what you offer, what the product is, how are you going to get confident around that offer? Without confidence around your offer, your sales calls are going to be scary. Every time you get on a sales call, sometimes I remember hoping they were going to cancel, like not wanting to get on that sales call because I wasn't confident I could close it. I really didn't want to even talk to them. Asking for money was always uncomfortable. I'd get to the point where we went through all the sales call and then I was going to ask them for the money. I just wasn't confident in my offer. So I honestly knew they weren't going to say yes. So I was very uncomfortable and awkward when I asked for money. Next thing is I really seriously doubted anybody was even going to pay what I was asking for the product or service I was offering because I just didn't believe in my offer. And then the final thing is I kind of felt like an imposter. I felt like I was never going to be able to make this work. And again, I was going to have to get that 9-to-5 job. So how did I get offer confidence? Okay, let's talk about that. So once I created my roadmap, then what you want to do is you want to package that roadmap, that product or service that you have into a no-brainer offer for your potential clients. Okay, so let's talk about that. Once you kind of create the packaging around it and bundle it up into something, then you're not really selling a commodity anymore. Now you've got a real live offer. And then you can confidently start asking for the money that you deserve and you stop feeling like an imposter. So let's take a look at kind of an example here. So which of these products looks like a better deal? So you've got $59 over here on lead pages. And then over here, you've got $97 a month for ClickFunnels. Now at first glance, you're going to say, well, you know, the better deal is going to be the $59 a month because it's cheaper. But the way that ClickFunnels packaged everything, this $97 became a steal because you got courses, you got the system, you got all the templates that they gave you. Everything that they bundled up with that $97 a month made it a no-brainer offer. And then it just totally destroyed lead pages, put them out of business basically. So that is kind of the idea of packaging your product roadmap into something that's a no-brainer for your target customers. So how do you do that though in pragmatic terms? So this is a graphic from, I know a lot of you guys know Alex Hermosi. This is his $100 million offer book. So basically this is the value equation. If you look at the top here, what you want to do with this equation is you want to increase the top part of the equation while trying to get the bottom part of this equation as close to zero as possible. So the top here, this dream outcome, this is your big, bold promise. This is that thing that everybody is talking about, like, hey, I'm going to help you build a 6-figure business in 90 days without running ads. Okay, so that's kind of the big dream outcome. Now, the perceived likelihood of achievement, this is where you're going to offer a guarantee or you're going to show them social proof where they actually believe that they have a good chance of achieving their desired outcome. So social proof shows them that other people have done it. The guarantee removes the risk from the equation so that they can, even if they don't get the result, then they can get their money back or work with you for a long period of time until they actually do. So we want to increase as much of this as possible. And then on the bottom here, we want to delay the time to result. So we want to give them quick wins as soon as possible to really get that dopamine hit that they need to kind of really fuel their motivation. And then we want to reduce as much effort and sacrifice on their part as possible. So what can you add to your offer to make it easier on them, reduce the amount of time it takes them? And this is why done for you services are looked at as much higher value than do it yourself or done with you type offers. So how can you add value by increasing this top part as much as possible and reducing this bottom part as much as possible by things that you add into the program? So for me, for example, we have a group profits mastermind program. With that program, you get an entire year of high level. So that's the system that we use and that's rolled into the program. So you get an entire year with that. You also get another piece of software, which I give you lifetime access called GrowthWorks, which helps you to create 500 plus pieces of content in like seconds. And then you also get a discounted version of a tool that I'm going to be coming out with very soon. That's very exciting. So look out for that. This is going to be huge. And then you also get my snapshot, which actually has all the funnels, all the email sequences, everything you need to get up and running so you don't have to create anything from scratch. So that's, as you can see, I'm bundling all these things up to reduce the amount of time and effort it takes this person to get launched and start making money. Okay, so that's the offer. So let's talk about how I created a Facebook group that generates a perpetual supply of warm leads and easy to close appointments. Okay, when I finally kind of cracked my offer, I was already had my Facebook group, but I want to show you kind of how I built it out to make it where I had a predictable system for acquiring new clients. So this is what I call the group profit flywheel. So I'm going to take you through this real quick. The first part of the group profit flywheel is the profile. So the profile, your Facebook profile, this is not your page, this is your personal profile, is really where you're going to get the most organic reach these days. What I do is I optimize my profile. You can see my banner here. If you could see my bio here, everything links to my Facebook group. You can see that this is the actual banner for this live event. So every week or every time I go live, I promote that live in my banner of my profile. So everything I'm doing is driving people to my Facebook group. So that's how I'm kind of the first part of the actual flywheel. All right, so the next part is, now that we're driving people from my profile into the Facebook group, the first thing that they have to go through is the membership questions. Now, you probably can't read this, but basically this last question says, hey, this is what we do. Would you like us to reach out and book a call with you to see how this would help your business? So that's a filter that's going to tell me, hey, this person's interested in what you're offering, and that's low-hanging fruit to go ahead and book an appointment. Now, not everybody's going to say yes to that, but about 10% of the people that join my group actually do say yes to that. So that's a easy to book appointment, and a person that's actually interested and said, hey, I want to book a call with you to see how this would work. Okay, those are pretty hot leads. Now, once they're in the group, if they don't say yes to that, and really anybody that joins my group, we have a welcome post. Now, in this welcome post, we have what's called a two-step post. If you're not familiar with the two-step post, basically it's a little call to action that gives away a lead magnet or something in exchange for them to comment below. So they have to comment below to actually get the lead magnet or training or whatever you're offering. Now, that does a couple of different things. Well, the first thing it does is it creates perpetual engagement in your group. So every time that we do this, probably once a week, twice a week, we tag everybody, all the new members on this post, and we give something away for free. Now, a lot of those people are going to be very interested in what we offer because it's pretty awesome. It's like a DM script, and everybody's very excited about DM scripts these days. So they comment below. That creates perpetual engagement in the group, which Facebook's looking for when they're trying to show people content. If they see a group that's very engaging, then the algorithm's going to like that and show more content. Okay. So now we're getting engagement, but we're also getting leads. So anybody that comments on this post, that's an inbound lead in my opinion. Okay. So then what we do is we also do events in the group. So that is all about getting engagement and driving more and more engagement inside the group. Now, once I get that engagement, I can leverage that engagement to start conversations in the DM. That's where the appointments happen. We have scripts, and we use a tool that helps us to manage and stay organized around all this. And we'll kind of talk about that in just a second. But then we use the conversations, these warm conversations in the DM, to book more appointments. Okay, so this is our high level calendar. And then once we book those appointments, we can turn those people into clients, and that's how we generate the revenue. So that's kind of the group profit flywheel. So let's talk about my secret weapon for booking appointments in the DMs. Okay, so I use a powerful combo of what I created, which is the Facebook Messenger playbook. This is a series of scripts that we use to, first of all, invite people into the group. Once they join the group, we showed you the membership questions, and we filter those people by the people that say yes, they go into one script. People that say no, we tag them on our welcome post, and we use another script to get those people to book appointments. And then once we start creating content and we're going live into the group, we use another script to book appointments with those people. So that's our playbook, and we have a lot of those different plays that we can use for different situations to book appointments. Now, how do we manage all that though? Because that can be really confusing, kind of keeping up with all those people. But we use a tool called Fuel, which is the tool I'm going to be coming out with very soon. It's actually live now, and if you want to talk to me about it, you can drop Fuel into the comments, and we can reach out and I can show you the tool. But basically, we use a combination of these two things, and we can build these pipelines just like this for these different plays. We've got all the scripts that we can push directly into your account if you're interested. But basically, this helps us to stay organized and to run these plays on a consistent basis and book appointments for our business. We all know that booked appointments and sales calls is the only way that we can really drive sales. So we need to book as many appointments as possible. This helps us to keep organized with that and track all of our outreach so that we know when something's broken and we can fix it. Okay. So that's how we're booking appointments in the DMs. So instead of pitch slapping people, so, going straight for the pitch right when you send the first message, that is so annoying. And most of you have experienced that. So don't pitch slap people. Do what we've been talking about, create content, create engagement, and then have those warm conversations so you can slide in the DMs like this dude. And then you can start having conversations like this. All these people are saying how wonderful and awesome this outreach is. And you can start having more weeks like this, just booking out solid with sales calls, which you need as lifeblood of your business. Okay, so that's the system, right? So once we have the predictable system to consistently get new clients, then what do you do? The next thing we do is we need a source of traffic. We've got the system. We've got a way to predictably generate new appointments, leads, and clients, but now we got to feed that system. Okay, so we got to feed the group profit flywheel. So this is how I scaled my Facebook group to 6 figures in less than 5 hours per week without running ads. So this was 100% organic, no ads ever. Okay. So organic traffic, your only source for that is going to be your content, and that includes your emails, social media posts. And so the way we do it was we have a group launch sequence, which is one series of content. And then we have what we call our infinite content machines. All right. So the first thing we start with is our roadmap. And we talked about that a little bit earlier. Now we're going to take that product roadmap and we're going to pull out pieces of that product roadmap to create and plan our content for the entire year. I just did a workshop going through this, and I have a planner that helps to do this and a checklist that shows you exactly what content pieces to create. We've got the planner that tells you what days to create those and post those on, and then we actually give you templates to create the different pieces of content. So we use the roadmap to give us our content topics. We plan that out for the entire year, and then we create the content. So this is actually one of those pieces of content that I planned into my planner. And then from there, that's going to create more engagement. Engagement leads to DM conversations, and DM conversations lead to appointments, and appointments lead to clients. Okay. So that's how this works. And that is essentially how I built $357,000 last year using my Facebook group. That's the exact process. I didn't leave anything out. I know it's more high level. If you want the actual tactics, what you can do is you can go to gohighticketnow.com/group profits. That's my school platform. And we've got some free courses in there. This is the community. We've got a great community here. You've got the classroom here where I've given you some free stuff. And then we have our paid mastermind. So go ahead, you can join it. It's free to join, and you can actually get some of the free courses. And the more you engage, the more courses you unlock. Now, if you want to go a little bit faster and you want some help, then you can actually come in here and you can book a game plan call here. Or if you're more interested in working with us for an entire year, you can click on the Join the Group Profits Mastermind. There's a video there that explains everything that's included, and you can work with us for an entire year. You can join a group of awesome people. You know, we've got an awesome group of people, and we're having a lot of fun on those calls. So love to have you. Thank y'all for joining. I know that y'all are busy people. So for you guys to be here and spend your time with me, I really, really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot of value of it. With that being said, I will see y'all next time and hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all. See you next time.